Hello everyone, my name is Usman and I'm going to talk about the Canadian outlook for 2018. Now, as you would all know that the Canadian economy has a very positive outlook going forward, so much so that the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, a think tank based in Paris, has raised its expectations for economic growth for Canada for 2018 from 2.1% to 2.3%. In 2016, the Canada's real GDP growth was around 1.47% compared to the last year, and the consensus forecast for economists has been raised to 3.2% for 2017 and 2.5% for 2018. Now, before I proceed further, I'd like to give you a breakdown of the Canadian GDP. Now, like most developed nations, in Canada, services accounts for almost 70% of the total GDP. Within services, the most important sectors are finance, insurance, real estate, rental, and management enterprises, whereas retail and wholesale also comprise 12% of the GDP. Apart from that, health accounts for 8% and public administration accounts for 6%. Manufacturing also accounts for 13% of the total output. Now, what are the major drivers for this positive outlook in the Canadian GDP? Number one would be the lesser unemployment in Canada. The unemployment rate in Canada is at a 9-year low right now at 5.9%. So more jobs means more income, more savings, more consumption. And since consumption is a major part of GDP, it also affects growth. Second driver is the trade. Canada is among the leading trade nations in the world, owing to absolutely vast supplies of natural resources it has, which make up a key part of the Canadian trading relationships with the United States, its largest trading partner. Now, in recent years, around 3/4 of Canadian exports went to the United States, and just over half of its imports came from its neighbor to the south. This relationship is very much mutually beneficial, and Canada is the leading foreign energy supplier to the United States as well. Now, another major driver was the consumer spending. So most of the strength for the Canadian GDP comes from consumer spending, which is up at almost 10% from the last year. So therefore, in conclusion, I would like to say that the Canadian economy is in very good shape going forward, and it seems to have a very positive outlook. This can also be seen from a survey which was conducted recently, a business outlook survey, which indicated strong future sales and widespread positive retail growth going forward. So I think Canadian GDP has a strong positive outlook. Thank you.